Hi, I'm Todd Henderson. Today I want to show you how to install your Carhartt seat savers on this 2015 and up body style Ford F-150. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to knock out the headrest covers. They're going to be different shapes and sizes, so as long as you got the right headrest cover lined up to the right headrest, you're going to be good to go. So this is the front passenger side headrest. It's the exact same one as the driver's side. So what we're going to look at is the way I've got this set up, the tail coming down is actually in the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide that over top of the headrest. Now it's going to be a really tight fit, so you're just going to work one side at a time and bring it down. We also want to make sure we massage it into place. If it's a little bit too much to one side or another, we just want to make sure we massage it around to get it to where it's lined up properly. Once we have it nice and down tight, we're going to reach underneath, push the button on the headrest, and raise that headrest up. Once the headrest is up, we're going to take the tail piece, slide it underneath the headrest, pull it nice and tight, and we're going to tuck that up underneath the back side of the headrest so the Velcro can attach to the back side. Once we're finished with that, we're going to go ahead and squeeze the other side of the headrest and pull the headrest all the way out so we can go to the next part of the install. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and get my passenger side front seat cover. Now, the way you can tell this passenger side is you're going to actually have an opening on next to the door. That's where the airbag is allowed to deploy out if the airbag goes off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take and slip this over top of the seat. Might be easy to get the seat straight up and down. We just slide it over top. The holes up here are going to line up to the mounts where the seat headrest goes in. Once we get that kind of pulled down into place, we just want to make sure we kind of massage it where it needs to go. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to notice when we pull this up, we've got some pieces down here that get shoved in between the seats. And we've also got this strap. Now this strap is going to coordinate with this buckle here that comes apart and goes back together, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to fish the strap and these pieces here down in between the seats. We're going to pull this all nice and tight into place. We're also going to want to take the side piece and get that wedged in between the seat and the plastic. Okay, now I've already gone ahead and released the fasteners to hold this flap into place. It's not necessary to do this for part of the install. I just want to be able to pull this away so you guys can see what it looks like underneath here. When I fold this back, these foam blocks are the part of the seat cover that got pushed through between the seat back and the seat bottom. And we also got the strap that came through as well. So we're going to run this now along the bottom of the seat bottom up to the fastener in the front. Once we do that, we can also pull the cover down nice and tight, and the Velcro attached to the cover is actually going to stick to this flap. All right, so now we've gone ahead and pulled the strap through. I was very careful to make sure that it is not going to interfere with any of the mechanisms for the seat sliding backwards and forward. Now we're going to go to this clasp that is attached to the cover. We're going to pull the clasp apart. We're going to thread the strap through the top portion of that clasp, come back, and then go again through the bottom portion of the clasp. Once that's in place, we're going to go ahead and reclip it. Then we're just going to pull it tight. Not too tight, we just want to get it nice and snug. All right, so next what we're going to do is go ahead and reinstall the headrest. Once we get lined up, the first thing we need to do is the notch over here push in, and then this one, we've got that reinstalled. Now, during this process, we move the seat backwards and forwards, up and down, just to make sure everything went in properly. We're going to do the exact same process on the driver's side. All right, now for your rear headrest, I'm going to start on the passenger side. So this is what your headrest is going to look like. Now, on the side of that headrest, you're going to have a little hole that corresponds with the button in the side of the headrest. And so what we're going to do is we're going to line that up and make sure you've got the right side facing forward. So you're going to have 3 stitches on the side facing forward. The back side only has 2 stitches, so that's how you can determine the driver's side from the passenger side. Once you've got the passenger side in place, just stretch it, drag it down, pull it nice and tight, tuck it down in place, and kind of massage it into place, make it look nice and flat. I've still got access to my button here, and I can go ahead and move on to my next headrest. All right, so now my center headrest is going to be the smallest headrest cover. I've got that set out here. Now, if you notice, I've only got 2 rows of stitching, so I'm going to flip that over. I've got 3 rows of stitching on this side. So this side is what's going to be facing the rest of the cab. Just stretch that out, slip it over. Once it's in place, just kind of massage it around. You can lift up the headrest to get it set in place the way you want. And set it down. Now we're ready to go ahead and do the rest of the seats. At this point, pull all your headrests out, set them to the side. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start with the rear passenger side seat back. Now this is an individual seat back, so I've got the individual seat back that correlates with this. You've got the 2 holes for the headrest. You've also got the hole in the side that correlates with the strap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the seat back forward. So I just pull the strap that releases the latch. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around and get it lined up, to the mounts for the headrest. I'm going to pull the sides nice and tight around and get them kind of fit down. Next, we've got a couple of straps that are coming out of the bottom of the seat back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck those underneath between the seat back and the seat bottom to where I can feed them through the back. Now once I've done that, I'm going to pull the seat back tight. I'm going to feed the strap through the top side notch on the clip, and then back through the bottom side notch on the clip. And then I'm going to pull it nice and tight. And I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Now once I have it tightened up, I'm going to pull everything nice and tight to the sides, and pull my strap and tighten it all up. I'm going to set it up. Next, I'm going to reach back through here and pull out my strap where I can still release the back. Just massage everything into place so everything's nice and even. Let's go ahead and do the seat bottom. Now this, again, is an individual seat bottom, and so this is the only piece that's going to fit here. You're going to notice we've got a long strap here. We're also on the bottom side going to have a long strap that goes across. So what we want to do is we want to lift up on that seat and get it kind of fit into place. Next, we want to go ahead and feed everything in between the seat bottom and the floor. So we're going to have to lift up. Now this portion of the seat kind of goes in and up, so we have to feed it up and around. Once you've got it fed through a little bit, you can reach in and start pulling that strap back through. All right, now you're going to have a couple of loop straps here on either side. You want to make sure that they go over top of your car seat hoops. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed that over and then catch it from the other side and pull it through. Do that on both of these hoops. And it's easiest to do that with the seat about in this position here. Now once you start pulling those through, you want to have the car seat hoops line up to these slots that are cut in the seat bottom. So those will fit right over top. Pull the strap to get it down there nice and tight. Next, what we want to do is take our long strap. I want to get this shifted where this is in the center. Run our long strap up through the top of that clasp and then down through the bottom. We want to get that nice and tight. Then our sides, we also want to pull nice and tight. I like to run this strap underneath. Go through the top, then the bottom. And then we're going to let the seat back down and fit everything into place. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do the seat back. What we're going to do first is raise the seat. Now underneath the seat, we've got the seat belt that goes to a bolt over here. It's a threaded stud coming out of the bottom of the truck. And it's got a nut on top of there. So that nut is going to use an 18mm wrench or ratchet with a very deep well. We're just going to break that loose. And then we're just going to pull that all the way off. All right, next we can go ahead and wiggle that bracket and pop that loose. Next, what we're going to do is let the seat down and then fish the seat belt with bracket up through the seat. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and take my seat back. You've got the Carhartt badge here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this, run it right through that hole. Just kind of hold it in there for right now. We're going to fish this back down through and put it back in place. Next, we're going to go ahead and drop the seat back down. Now, this is a two-part trick. So the second part, what we're going to need to do is drop the seat back forward. And in order to do that, we're going to have the seat up, not all the way locked into place, but pulled back just a little bit. I'm going to reach back here. I'm going to show you after I drop it what I had to pull to release that seat back. When it comes back, you've got a bracket that sits right here. You've got a knob just on this side of the bracket. You just pull up towards the top of the seat. Now the seat is pulled back. Next, we can go ahead and stretch everything over place. Make sure everything lines up. Now we've got a couple of straps that are going to get tucked in between the seat back and the seat bottom, and then we're going to fish them back up. Strap everything in place. Now this is going to be kind of similar to when we did the passenger side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull this, stretch this into place, fish the strap up through that clip, and then back through like so. And then cinch it down just simply for right now. Do the same thing on this side. go through the clip and then back around. And then cinch it into place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to kind of massage this in place and pull it tight until everything is nice and tight and set in the right place, and then cinch everything down nice and tight. Now once that's in place, we got everything kind of massaged in place, we're going to take our elastic strap back behind this and then lock our seat back in place and massage everything nice and tight. Now to do the seat bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to grab, make sure everything is all nice and lined up. When we look at this, we're going to have our elastic on the bottom. That's going to be facing the front. I'm going to go ahead and loop that over right now where that's fitted into place. I'm dropping this down. What we're going to do is we're going to see two long straps that are towards the center and the short looped straps on the outside extremes. So what we're going to do is pull those kind of tight, and again what we're going to do is we're going to fish those up and around. The best way to do that is with this seat at a little bit of an angle. On this side we want to make sure this strap goes over top of our car seat bracket, and same with this strap right here, we want to make sure it goes over top. So just fish those through. Once you have them fished through, pull them down from the bottom. We've got everything fished down through the bottom. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and pull this nice and tight down and take my first strap, and just like what we've been doing in the past here, we're going to come through the clip and go back around. And pull it tight. Do that on both of our center straps to their coordinating clips. Once that's in place, I want to go ahead and pull it tight, kind of fit it in place. And we've got this strap that's going to go long ways. Fish it through that clip. Then massage everything into place. Now this is going to need to be drawn back a little bit. And make sure you have access to your car seat brackets. Once we've done that, go ahead and replace our headrests. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts. We're here to help you out.